have a plan for this one?
No.
Okay. So, comedy shows that are 4 hours long, I think should have all really good comics on them.
I agree.
That was one thing at the mothership when I went to that open mic, which I did not get on, by the way. I was just watching. Don't worry, I'm not cool. That show was about 3 hours, an open mic. I would think, like, it might be all based off how the Comedy Store was ran, but in my mind, you'd think somebody like Joe Rogan would go, okay, what if we do 2 1-hour shows and we kind of space it out, and that also like gives people with different jobs, different opportunities, like maybe you can't make it to this and not miss work, but you could make it to the second one, have a late show.
Now, did you have to pay to get in to watch the open mic?
Yeah, it was like $35 after the fees and stuff. Yeah.
A person?
Yeah. Like we spent
To watch an open mic?
to watch their open mic, I think we spent over $100 total because the 2-drink minimum, can of liquid death, $8. And we ate dinner before. We didn't.
Was there a headliner closer for the open mic?
I don't know how long he did, but there was a headliner closer. Hans Cam. He came up there and he was fun.
Fuck. Because I was gonna say I could see for like letting an open mic run for 3 hours.
You have a microphone on, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just checking. I just didn't see it.
Yeah. See, there it is. Look, I'm peeking. Yo. Anyway, I could see an open mic running for 3 hours because your audience is gonna kind of rotate out with the crowd. Right. But if you're charging people $35 a piece to get in to watch, I'm staying here for the whole thing.
Right. Well, this was like they treat it like a regular show, which I think is good. I think the fact that people are there to see it, it's like it's a real show. It's just a show of some people have never done it, some people have been doing it for years. I don't have any problems with that part. The security was crazy, so like you wouldn't want to like, oh, I'm gonna step out and come back in. None of that. Like you're getting patted down, fully searched. Your phone's in a yonder bag. They make sure your phone's off before you put it in the bag. So like in our case, our kids are at a hotel like 15 minutes away. So we had to figure out how to turn the phone back on through the yonder bag so we could just like feel it vibrate in case the kids needed something. Because if the kids need something, like you go, fuck it, we're out. I'll steal the yonder bag if I have to. It'd be the third thing I stole. The first 2 were cases of water at Walmart on accident. But I also think it would be fun to figure out how to, I don't know why. I like the yonder bags, but I think it'd be fun to figure out a way around it, like just to have like it's like just a magnet thing that clamps it shut. I'm sure you could just get your own opener and just be like, and then charge people $10 to open their phone. Just go around.
Oh, like the things they use at stores?
Yeah, it's like when you buy something and they take that little security tag off, and it's like, it's just magnetic.
Yeah.
It's very similar to that. It's like a little ball, and it goes inside kind of a bowl-shaped thing, and they just push it in there and push down, and it pops off. But you could also obviously just cut them. They're cloth. They're like a thick mesh. But I think they had like a signal blocker in there, so it wouldn't matter. Like you literally, the second you pass security, have no service according to Brandy. She was able to like peek through and see. But you could do like, they also, if you have an Apple Watch, they'll have you take it off, like any kind of smartwatch or whatever. I bet you could get my glasses in there with the little clickies. But I think it's good. I just, as a parent, I don't like it. Right. But I know people go, oh, well, get a fucking babysitter. Be a grown-up. Like, I get it. I like the idea of doing something like that here, but I've never had a problem with people having phones. Like, since we moved to this shop from 32, I haven't had a single person where I was like, can you please fucking put your phone in your pocket? I've had people use their phone, but not bad.
We're at Go the other day, and I'm standing at the back of the room watching Garrett sit.
I'm trying to see what the best shot is. Yeah, look.
And while I'm watching Garrett sit, 2 different people, their phones started ringing in the middle of his set.
Hold on. You talk for a minute. I'll show you a fun picture.
And it was 2 different people, and like one guy, his phone rang, and it took him forever to get his phone out and silence it. And he looked at it and silenced it and set his phone back down. But he still didn't turn the volume off on it. Like, why would you not? I understand sometimes you forgot to put your phone on silent or whatever. I'm not mad about that. If it goes off a second time, and that's what, like, Wayne just started laughing and he walked back to me.
This guy, the whole show was watching a football game.
Yeah.
And the whole show she was on TikTok. These 2, the whole show, were rubbing each other and Like, none of them were looking at the stage. Now, they still heard the jokes and laughed.
Yeah.
But this guy legit the entire time was
I know.
watching football.
I know both those people.
He loves football.
Yeah.
I was like, why'd you... I mean, I guess they're just coming to be supportive and then kind of have fun. He's like, well, the game is on, but I really want to go see Matt. And it's like, both. That's fine. Like, he wasn't disturbing anybody, but that, to me, seemed really weird. So I was just like, we'll figure out where this goes in the documentary later. Yeah. To me, everything is going to be a documentary later. That's how I think of things. So I'm, like, more into photos.
Okay. I love the... First of all, let me say this and let the people out there know. We shot an episode, and then we took a break, and we went and had dinner, and we came back, and we're recording another episode. And I had chicken broccoli Alfredo. And it was good.
And she asked, do you want the broccoli after you ordered it?
Yeah.
The chicken broccoli Alfredo.
Yeah. But my main point is that I'm sitting here holding back farts. I should have taken her advice and held off on the broccoli. And I want you to know that you're welcome.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But what's funny
I'm
is
trying not to shit on your couch right now.
that makes me laugh even harder because I was talking about my cousin's Jeep and I was like, he's trying to just use the all-electric side of it. He's trying to not use any gas at all, so he cut back on broccoli.
Yeah.
I thought that was a hilarious joke. I think it flew right over her head, or it's just not that funny. But,
No, it flew right. She never even caught on.
right. I was like, that's...
Tana caught it immediately.
Yeah. I don't do it for everybody. I do it for a few people.
Yeah.
Like, that's why we need bigger crowds, so I can get 20 people to laugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
If there's 400, I'm going to get
Dude,
20.
that was my theory when I started comedy. When I was like, hey, I'm going to rent this huge place. And even if I only sell half of it. And Tana was like, don't you think maybe you should start at like a bar or something that seats 40 or 20? And I'm like, no. And here's why. If you've got a place and there's 20 people in there and you tell a joke and only half of them laugh, that's only 10 people. But if you get a place and it seats 700 and only half of them laugh, 350 still pretty fucking
that's
good.
Pretty good. Also, like, not for that reason, but as like a strategy to keep myself from freaking out on stage. When I first started, I'd be at the Looney Bin, there's like 30 people there. And I go, okay, if I could just get that person to laugh. I'd pick a person out, especially if I was like number 4. Like, I got to see 3 people go up and like, she's not laughing. She's not laughing at anything.
Oh, yeah.
So now I just go, all I have to do is make her laugh, and then I still did good by comparison or whatever. And if I can get her to laugh, that's proof. Also, I learned this, I think I already told you this, but the other day I was just like going over jokes, and I was like, all the jokes I like every joke that I'm like, man, I love this one. They're either so dumb that you don't want to laugh, but you have to, or they're so off the wall and kind of dark, I guess. Like, I wouldn't even say I do a lot of dirty stuff, but like the stuff about Brandy's mom. It's not.
Yeah.
It's dark. So those jokes are, I'm trying to make you laugh against your will. Mm-hmm. And it's been at least 3 days trying to figure out why that is, because it sounds kind of sick and twisted. And I think because, like I asked Brandy, I was like, do you think it's really because I just like everything the hardest way possible just so I know I did it? She's like, yeah, like you like to prove a point to you. Like, I don't care what other people think. I have to me,
right.
I have to prove to me I'm doing good.
Yeah.
So if I can make you laugh at something you don't want to laugh at, rather than like, if I tell a joke, it's like hey, set up punchline, and you go, oh, that's kind of funny. Ha! I don't want those laughs. I want to earn it, and I want everybody in the room to all simultaneously be like, I hate that I'm laughing at this right now, but now I feel relieved because I got it out.
Yeah.
Also, that feels good to me. Like when there's something I'm like, I don't like laughing at this. I leave, I feel light. I just feel better.
Yeah. We, this past weekend.
That's a good podcast.
It is a good podcast. But Wayne came to the back and he's kind of like filming. He goes, hey, you got these people up here at this side and they're talkative or whatever. And you got this lady over here. She's hammered out of her mind. And he goes, then there's an old couple sitting right up front that I wish they would sit anywhere except right up front. He goes, like, they're just not enjoying themselves. To me, that's what I'm looking for. I want somebody like that because
I'll fix you.
That's my target audience. If I can make them laugh, it's obviously going to work for everybody else. Because everybody else is already having a good time. And then come to find out, they weren't nearly as bad as he had made them sound.
You're talking about the people at the table
old
just
couple.
to the right?
Right. No, to the left.
Oh, they were fine.
Yeah, the old
Okay, I
couple.
thought you were talking about the table. I was like, no, that lady was crazy. The drunk lady,
Yeah.
and there was a younger guy with sunglasses on.
Yeah.
That table can eat a bag of dicks. The table to the left,
Yeah.
They
There was
thought-
an old couple sitting right next to stage, and then they had a young couple with them. And after the show, the younger lady, the older couple, they stop and say hi to me and tell me they enjoyed the show or whatever. I shake hands. They walk on. The younger lady comes up and she goes, "I don't know if you remember us." She goes, "We were here last time, and I told you that my mom had just passed away, and that my dad really needed that, and you did good for him. So when I told him that you were coming back, he said that he definitely wanted to come back."
That's cool.
And this new lady that's with him is a friend of his. He goes, and she said, and I'll tell you this. She said, she goes, obviously, she goes, "I already knew my dad was going to love you." She goes, "I've never seen her laugh."
and you got her.
She was like, "So thank you. Now we all know she's human." And that was funny. But I also liked the fact that we've only been there one other time. And
people came back
people were
for it.
like, "Oh shit, like we're
Yeah.
coming back." So,
Well, that
obviously,
table-
you always like that.
I don't remember for sure if I got that lady to laugh, but that guy. Oh no, that lady did the like.
Yeah.
Like she kind of like, but that's her reaction.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a hard laugh. And then the guy next to her would laugh at stuff, but almost like damn, this is stupid, but I like it. Like,
Yeah.
But he was having fun, and that was the thing. Like, I didn't think that was a bad table at all, but I thought to the right, that young dude in the glasses. Also, like, I'm setting up my Boy Scout Wrestling League joke, and the setup gets such a long laugh. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, I said I used to be in a Boy Scout Wrestling League. I have a hard time with that word. Wrestling League. And the whole room is erupting in laughter like I just had finished off the whole joke. And I was like, oh, this means they're going to not even get the rest
You
of it.
just said, "My name's Andrew Patterson. Thank you very much." Just walk off.
For real. I was like, it feels like I just hit the biggest punchline of my life. And then I keep going. And each part to them they think is equally funny. And I'm like, okay. But I really thought since they laughed so hard there, it's like they know what's coming for the whole rest of the joke. And they might have a little, but it's like it was the details for them. Like, and I was like, okay.
How awesome that'd be! You're like 2 jokes into your set, and you get the biggest laugh you've ever had, and it's just on the setup. And you're just like, "Dude,
That's
I've
my time.
I've always been told to end on the highest."
Leave them wanting more.
Yeah.
So I did 2 minutes.
That's my time, and just walk out.
Dude,
God, that'd been funny.
Well, that's a lot of things like the shows. Like I like doing after shows here, but I like the format of, hey guys, that's the show. Thank you all for coming. We're gonna do a little after show where we kind of joke around on stage, whatever. If you want to like all go outside and smoke, hang out for a minute, come back. 15 minutes, we're gonna start it up, and then just see who shows up. Because then they're not like feeling obligated to sit
Right.
through it, and then you have like 10 people rather than 35, and it's really fun.
Yeah, and
it's
those
fine.
people are either really, really here because they're having a good time and they love to laugh, or they just hate their kids
Either one's
and
fine.
don't want to go home.
I think the ones that were here last time don't hate their kids, but I think I have seen a few of those that are like, I just do
Yeah.
anything but home, dude. I'll just sit through this. But
Dude, after that show, there was a couple that was here, and I made fun of him because I said, who's over 40 or whatever, and he didn't respond, and he's obviously
Right.
older. And I was like, "You dye your hair, but we all know." And I knew that I recognized him, but I've never seen him here for a show before. And then by the time I got home, she had messaged, and she's like, "Hey, this is the first time we got to come see you. We really enjoyed the show. You guys all did a great job." I wish they would have stuck around because I think they would have been fun.
yeah,
Because he's one of those guys, he tries to be cool and kind of serious all the time, but I feel like he's also one of those guys that once you cracking, and I bet he's got a wicked fucking laugh.
those are fun. The ones
Yeah.
that are kind of hard to get to, but like that whole situation, I try to remember the always leave them wanting more thing, and everybody I talk to about shows, they're like, has to be 90 minutes. I'm like, I feel like that's a good max. I think a 70-minute show or a 60-minute or 52 minutes, like if the headliner can close and everybody's dying laughing, that's a great ending.
Yeah.
If there were no lulls in it, that's great. Also, we're sitting on metal chairs. There's one bathroom. Like, I really do think an hour show is perfect. I don't know why all the rules exist. Like, I know there's people like Dave Chappelle will do 4 hours.
Yeah.
I would love to watch Dave Chappelle for 4 hours. I bet a lot of people wouldn't. I bet a lot of people would be like,
I think for
That's a lot.
the average show, when you've got a host, a feature, and a headliner, I think that 90 minutes.
90 is a really good number.
90 minutes is the kind of the standard, and
Right.
that's you shouldn't go any more than that unless you're a Dave Chappelle or. I mean, I've heard Tom Segura says he'll do 2 hours.
Yeah, I agree.
You know.
You shouldn't go more than that, but it's crazy to me that everybody thinks you have to get to that.
Right.
Like let's say you do 10, you just annihilate, and then somebody else comes up and they do 10, and the same, just murdering the whole room. Everybody's no jokes don't hit. Everybody's dying laughing. Then somebody comes up and does 45. Where are we at? 45, 55, 60. You're an hour 5 minutes. What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Like, I would prefer 15, 15, and 45, but, like, I don't care. I think leaving on a high note is so much more important. Like, nobody goes, I paid $25 for these seats, and I only got to see 73 minutes of comedy. They just walk out and they go, hey, dude, that was great.
The people that'll complain about that the most are the venue owners.
Just because drinks,
right.
time to sell drinks.
Right.
That's the thing.
Which,
I'm
like,
not
I
running
talked
a
to-
show at a comedy club.
Right.
We're running a show at a bar or whatever, and you go, hey, people are here early drinking. You go, door
Right.
times.
There's nothing about your place is normal.
Standard. Yeah. No, I
You
agree.
know, so like you can try anything you want. You
That's
can
why I
do
love it.
whatever you want. Right. But I think like when you're like if you're in clubs and shit, they expect you to do that much time because they're expecting to sell
Right.
drinks and food.
And they want to cut off the check at exactly the same.
And this is what bothers me though is when you go and you're doing shows in places that usually have bands and shit on the weekends, and they're like, hey, yeah, we'll try a comedy night, and they're like, cool, so y'all are gonna be up there for like 3.5 hours? No. That's not how a comedy show works. No. But I'll say this, even when we're done, people will stick around because they'll want to hang out with us and visit.
Right. Also, music, I can come and go. I can come in halfway through the show and everything makes sense.
Yeah.
If I see the headliner and I'm 20 minutes into his 45-minute set, 3 or 4 things aren't going to make sense to me most of the time. There's usually some structure to it.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that's really cool about the random silly comedy. Like people like Nick Thune could do an hour and a half, and you could walk in at any point and be the same level of funny. You might miss a callback or something, but like each joke is under a minute and they're all funny.
Yeah.
Like, and they don't go together much.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you walked in halfway through Nate Bargatze's set, you would be confused about half of what he's saying because he had tons of references about using a lantern to guard a water tank, which is like a real thing that apparently happened after 9/11. They were like, hey, we're just going to guard the water. Just send people that work for the city up there to guard the water. We
Yeah.
don't know why. So he has that early on, and then he has 5 or 6 jokes that reference that. All those jokes make no sense if you don't hear that joke. They might be standalone decent jokes. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like they're amazing jokes if you got that part. So there's that, and then also you're supposed to be quiet during comedy. You're supposed to sit and watch.
Right.
You're not supposed to walk around. You can shoot pool and listen to music at the same time. It doesn't bother band at all.
Yeah. You have a hard time getting people to sit still, drink for an hour and a half, and stay quiet.
Right. That is true.
Hour and a half worth of drinking, they're ready to talk.
That's another reason.
They're ready to start chiming in. I saw a new bit of Nate's, I think earlier today, and it's on YouTube, so I don't mind saying it, so it's not like I'm giving away his new material.
Oh yeah, I just gave away some of his new material.
But it was about his wife selling stuff on like Facebook Marketplace. Have you seen that bit? You went and saw him, you might have saw him.
Yeah, I think so.
And he's like, best case scenario, we make $5. Worst case scenario, our whole family gets murdered. He said, because I found out that she was selling stuff on Facebook Marketplace from a guy knocking on my door. Like, he didn't know that she was doing this stuff. This guy just knocks on the door and was like, oh, I'm here to buy a... He goes, he said it was like a child's lawn chair. And she was selling... He goes...
for like $8.
He goes, and she's not selling things that people should want to buy. She's selling things that should be going in the trash.
He had a bit that's similar, but not the same bit. He had probably 5 to 10 minutes on his wife being kind of cheap and thrifty and him being like, well, I make good money, just do it. But I mean, he also, like, there's themes that run through his material. Like, if you watch him from maybe like, I want to say it was about 1.5 years ago, he did the Hello World one, maybe a year ago. It wasn't too long, I don't know. But he had a bit in there about, I think it was him that accidentally ordered too many cones on Amazon.
Yeah.
Dude, it's a great bit, but it like all goes to like his wife's cheap and he doesn't care. He's just kind of blowing money. And he has several of those, but they're all unique. And it's really cool. Like in my head, I used to think, oh, I'm doing too much of this topic. Like I don't want to be the guy that just goes up there and makes weed jokes. I'd still stand by that. I don't mind a weed joke. I don't want it to be 20 weed jokes. That's my set. But watching him do it kind of made me want to lean into like, oh, not necessarily the squirrel thing, but like stuff like the squirrel. It's like, okay, I got a bit. Now I have another bit and another bit and another bit. Now how can I make those? They're all on the same topic. How can I make them string together? Try them that way, and then try stretch them out and spreading and putting stuff between and having built-in callbacks. See which is better. Like it's really fun to have one theme. And I mean, there's guys that literally just what's his name? The super white dude did jokes about food for 5 specials.
Yep.
Jim Gaffigan.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was really.
I was going to say Galifianakis.
At least 2 of his specials were 100% about food, and at least 10 minutes was just Hot Pockets.
Yeah.
Maybe 20 minutes on just Hot Pockets. And I like the Hot Pocket stuff, but I got tired of it really quick.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know, like maybe 20 minutes of Hot Pockets is a lot. You're kind of fat, dude. Like, chill.
Yeah.
You don't need to tell us how fat. We can see how fat you are. Like, who was it that was really fat that never acknowledged? There's almost never a fat guy can never acknowledge it. Jim Gaffigan just talks about food so much he likes food, which he's not that fat either. Like,
yeah.
He's chubby.
Yeah,
he looks like he'd be fatter.
He's thick with 2 C's.
He's thick. All right. I also think for this podcast, we should talk about things that aren't comedy sometimes.
Okay. So you want to do that on the next episode? I don't know how long have we been on this one.
We should have timed this one. Is there a thing on there?
Yeah, somewhere.
21. We could talk for 10 more minutes. We could talk about Kyle.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's talk about Kyle.
Let me go. Wait. It was John. Okay, so John had a prison bit that was similar to, but not the same as Brandon. Like, they're totally different. They're not even, like, the same thing, but about how well Trump would do in prison.
Right.
So, the guy that texted me about that, what I was looking for, Kyle. So, Kyle's his real name. I'm not going to tell you his last name on here, but you can read it if you want to.
Okay.
Okay. So, this is what happens when you text Kyle. Let me get, dang. This is like a day. Okay.
Oh, I think you gave me a little sneak peek at this.
Yeah.
The other day.
So I'm going to try to get to where it starts just so you can, the absurdity is so good. All right. Where are we at? Dang. Come on. Friday. All right. Kyle is a police officer and he works in a capacity that is not considered local. We'll put it that way. I'm not even going to say what agency, but he's not a Lawton or county anything. He's
Gotcha.
a little more spread out than that. He said, got search warrant signed there yesterday. LOL, FYI, ate at New Bricktown Brewery. It sucked because I was sober. I think what he's saying is he came to Lawton to sign a search warrant. I didn't know that was something you had to do. I thought you sign a search warrant, you search the house that day, or a judge signs it. I have no idea. So I said, where did you get a search warrant signed? I didn't know what he's even meaning. And he said, oh, and I said the dip trio is pretty good. But he goes, haha, Southwest was for Comanche County. I can't give you details. This is still him. I haven't replied yet. The chicken tenders were just fine. I'm on my way back to OKC. This is off the record, asshole. It's off the record. Sorry. I didn't see that part. I'm just saying, be back soon. So I said, oh, got you. Like he's just saying, I signed a warrant. That means we'll be back in town soon. Now, I haven't said what Kyle does, so I can't ruin their search warrant thing, right, by publishing this?
No,
okay.
I don't think so.
I'm going to crash your offices next time. So I just said, man, I don't know how that stuff works, but definitely swing by and see the remodeled shop. And then he said, make sure you're up to our standard. No auditing, just a fucking fan. Can I be honest? When y'all treated me like the cops, question mark, at symbol, exclamation marks, not cool, bro. That ain't us. I still have no idea what he's talking about. Still him, no reply here. Anywho, y'all always push in my ink. By the way, wife needs certification of life rips, but then I knew a complex. I did new and complete sleeve. Dude.
This is I know we're not saying specifically
He's a police officer.
This is a person who carries a firearm for a living.
Firearm, and he's a very high-level officer. And then I said, thanks, come get tattooed and pay me in drugs you got in prison. It was a joke, saying he went to a prison and took them off of a criminal. He said, fuck you, ass. LOL, weed is good legally. I want to carve an entire sleeve, though. I want to give that freedom. Love ya, brother. Wife needs color. She has some dream catchers. I know you are a growing artist and why I love your shop. I don't know what any of this means. My birthday is tomorrow. Like, okay.
He said this?
He said this. This is like, I'll tell you when I talk again. If you have free time, we'll drive to town. And I said, I'll be in Broken Arrow tomorrow. And happy birthday. Also, I don't mind doing some color. He said, I'll come see you in BA. Let me know. Nah, on my birthday, it's just another day. Bro, come up here. We need to hop on your comedy show. Honestly, I'm glad you haven't been indicted at this point. What the fuck did I do to get indicted? So I sent him a link for the Go tickets. I just sent him a link. And then I said, why would I be indicted? I don't even technically know what that means. He said, LAMFO, you squeak guy? SQEEQUY. Squeaky? Maybe?
I think so.
Okay. Shows my education because that was supposed to say squeaky. Okay, cool. And November 18th is my birthday, for real, for real. And I'm half Cajun.
That's good information to have.
And you already put the stamp on that life. You be the artist smooth 100, the 100 emoji. You be the artist smooth 100 and. I've tried so hard. Every time he texts me, I have no idea what he's talking about. So I said, y'all coming to the show for real? And he said, where is the show legit? We legit country. And I said, and then he said, bro, design my whole sleeve if you want. I'm down. I said, it's in Broken Arrow at Go Laugh. I'm opening for Matt Farrell. Sent him another link. Here's his run after that. Ha. You're going to crash because you're amazed. Amazing. I'll be there, brother. If anyone been around sessions, they've been like, what the fuck? Which is true. We do have fun conversations. He's like really fun. I don't know why he texts like this. He's fine in person. He's really normal in person. But I make fun of him so much for texting like this, and he doesn't get why I'm making fun of him. So there's something missing. Anyway, it's still him.
There's a breakdown.
But a serious note. I'm legit birthday tomorrow, so I don't Okie, which I think was supposed to be no, what my wife has planned. But FYI, Broken Arrow is close as fuck if y'all need help, sir. Lunch at Los Cobos, is where you should go tomorrow, though, to be honest. Bruh, you know me as Open Canvas. Been begging for you, Open Canvas. Spiral your shit out of space. It's insane. So I said, yeah, if she has plans, I definitely don't expect you to come. And he said, amazing. And I said, thank you. Oh, I was replying to multiple. Sorry, that was replying to one text. And then the amazing, I said, thank you. Spiral your shit out of space. I said, just book an appointment and show up. We can come up with some cool shit. Then he said, you're my dude. I'll be your canvas. Once told by an artist, I should always have a spot for free creativity. So we met Crystalia and Theo and got to admit the most legit was good people down to grill out and chill out and live out. So for real, I can't read this with a straight face. By the way, Crystalia sucks fucking ass. LOL. My wife is gonna have fucked up tat. I don't know what that means. Bruh, I think we should make them earn it. I don't know. I said, I love Theo Von live, but didn't meet him. I bet he's cool. The other day I was hanging out with Big J. Okerson's opener, John Carden. He's great. I'm just trying to just steer it that way. He goes, I refuse you met Big J. So I work in law enforcement, but I don't work for the Skank Festival. I said, I tattooed Big J. He said, no, you didn't. I said, yes, I did. It's like a child. He said, honestly, at this point, I just want to not be able to be indicted. Want to talk business? Question mark. I don't know what that means, but that sounds like he's trying to tell me I got to get a jail free card. I said, oh, he said, I think bigger than you. I said, do you have a get out of jail free card or something? He said, I do, needing. So he does or he needs one?
I think he was asking if you need it.
Oh.
I do. You need it?
Oh, gotcha. I said, I want one. I said, I didn't think about it until today, but I could make some money. He said, LOL, okay, yes, sir. And then I said, is your wife a Matt Rife fan? Because he said, Chris D'Elia, they're the babes of comedy. He said, fuck you. And yeah, why would she not be? LOL. Bruh, FYI, it ain't just about you. He's an ass, misses. And I said, I'm lost. He said, let me know. So I said, oh my God, I'm very intoxicated. He said, F you, however. Then the next day, I let it all simmer down. And I just sent him a picture of me with Big J, a picture of me putting the fucking Sanoderm on Big J. And then he says, fuck yeah, brother, that's cool as shit. I greatly appreciate you. You're a real one, bro. And then he said, hair, question mark. And I was like, he's normal again. What the fuck? I was like, normal text. Hair?
Yeah.
I guess because I'm bald. Just kidding. If there was ever a sexy bald dude, you'd be on my list. Okay. And I said, yeah, I'm bald now.
Has it been that long since you've seen him?
No, I don't think so. I think I saw him about 6 months ago. I think I've seen him several times since I've been bald.
You've been bald for
2 years.
A while now.
We got to get together soon. I'm needing ink therapy. You're the real ass deal. Your skill has set up. Always been on point. Plus, if that doesn't work out, we can always create a business idea. Is he trying to get me to do some illegal shit?
I don't know what's going on.
So
I honestly feel like he's having a stroke.
Yeah. I said, yeah, I don't even know what I said. Comedy keeps... okay. I said some stuff. I ain't got the cash, so it'll be after tax season, brother. And by the way, you always riff. I'm up. I'm not surprised you're doing stand-up. Yeah, no, that's true. Makes sense. Please holler when you're back in Tulsa. He's 3 hours away. Why doesn't he just drive to where I tattoo at? Anyway, please holler when you're back in Tulsa. Something I'd love to support your crazy ass. Cool, that's great. Thank you. We keep going like you are... You might actually have a venture outside of Lawton. I think he meant venue, but he could have meant venture. I'm looking for a job trying to move to Tulsa. I think that's the Midwest Austin, to be honest. So I just said I'm literally in Broken Arrow today. Show starts at 8 and sent him another link. I just wanted to... I don't know if that's podcast worthy, but it's... I don't know how to feel.
When you're talking to him face to face.
Totally normal. 100% normal. Not even kind of weird.
I'm going to start texting you like that.
I'm going to lose my shit. When I talk to him face to face, it's like talking to you. It's just like a normal person that makes sense most of the time, kind of funny, very likable. I get along with him great. Over text, what the fuck? Also, the only reason he has my number, like this was emails before, and I forgot. And they weren't that bad because he just sent a long one. But the only reason he has my phone number is he used to work for an agency that regulates cannabis in Oklahoma. And I thought he might be a person that could help my friend not go to prison because my friend had a situation that was not his fault, not anything to do with him, but it was a product he had sold, got flipped into some illegal shit. So it wasn't his fault, but his name's tied to it. So we were just checking to make sure he wasn't going to be in trouble. So I was like, hey, here's my number. Just give me a call when you get a chance through an email so I could tell him the situation, not email it. And ever since then, about every 2 or 3 months, I get that. And I'll see him in person between those. And I'm like, what's up, dude? And then like shake my hand, tell me his wife wants a tattoo. And I go, yeah, just come, you know. It's avenuetattoostudio.com/Andrew or something. Book with Andrew.
You've tattooed him?
I've tattooed him. I've done, I think, 2 sleeves on him. Several times. And the first 4 sessions, I thought he worked in the oil field because he was a very convincing, not real cop. Like he doesn't tell anybody he's a cop.
Right.
But I figured if I use his first name and don't say an agency, it doesn't, like, there's 1,000 people named Kyle, and that might not be his real name. And by that, I mean, I copied his ID, but I ain't say it, because I ain't no snitch. All right, that's probably about 30. That's 34 minutes. All right. Hey, comment stuff and tell us. You can just talk shit and tell us we're terrible. I don't really care. Just tell us stuff. Have a good day.